Hello and welcome to the tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be covering how to put images inside our tables that we have made in Microsoft Office Word. Now to start with, you're going to have a collection of images that you would like to use. In this case, for the input and output table, you should have images like a digital camera or a printer or a scanner. Once you have the images, open up your table and click once inside the cell that you would like to put an image. You should see the cursor flickering inside, and that will let you know that the cell has been selected. Once this is done, go up to the tab section and click once on Insert. Once you've clicked on Insert, you'll see this menu option become available. Click on the big picture icon here, click once, and it will ask you to select an image from the most commonly used folder. Now in this case, for me, it's gone straight to pictures, but if it doesn't for you, just make sure you go into your hard drives using this list system here and find the folder that says pictures, which is where you should store your pictures. If you've stored them anywhere else, just simply go through these folders and find the place that you've saved your photos in. Now once you're in the area where you know your picture's been stored, go ahead and find your picture. In my case, it will be digital camera. Click once to highlight and then click Insert. Now careful not to click at this stage. Once the picture's inside the cell, you'll notice that it will have 8 tiny little white squares along its corners. This is to allow you to change the size or to rotate the image if it's not sitting how you want it to. What you do is you move your cursor over to one of the squares until you see a white double-headed arrow appear. The arrow will change position depending on what square you're selecting. In this case, I'm going to pick one in one of the corners. Once the white double-headed arrow is in sight, click and hold, and this will allow you to make your image very small or very big by pulling your mouse forwards or backwards. In this case, we're going to want to make it a relatively fair size, so not to squeeze everything. Once you have it the size you want, let go. And then click once outside of the table, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Just repeat the steps again, clicking on the next cell until you see a flashing cursor, and then returning to Insert and following the process again. Do this for all of the cells all the way down, and once you're done, go to File and hit Save. I hope this tutorial has helped. If you have any questions, please email me or see me after class.
In this video, I'd like to show you how to insert a symbol in Microsoft Word. And this can be pretty useful when you're looking for a character, a graphic, or some type of image that isn't available on the keyboard. So let me show you what I mean. If I go to, actually first let's dial up this font so it's easier for you to see. If I go to Insert and then Symbol, notice first of all that I have a lot of symbols. Some of these I've used recently, some I have not. But they give me a lot of symbols here. I'm going to go ahead and go to More Symbols. And then here we have a whole bunch of different symbols we can use. I like to use the mathematical operators for some of the work I do, where just to show you briefly here, notice here there's a less than or equal sign, greater than or equal sign. These aren't symbols that I can get from my keyboard. I can't get that equal part of the less than sign. So if I like a symbol, I want to select it, click Insert, and there you go. So here's my less than or equal to symbol. I use a lot of other symbols, but those that are probably most popular, what most people are looking for, if you go to Font and go down to what's called Wingdings, this one here, notice there's a lot of different graphics that are available. Checkbox or an X in a box and all these different graphics, some numbers. and so on. You can just scroll down there and see those. And then you might want to try the Wingdings 2 and 3 as well. These have a lot of different images. But I encourage you to explore all of these options, and I think you'll see that while the graphics aren't exactly that high tech, they can serve one's needs in creating documents and enhancing their documents, and just giving us more options or more flexibility as we work in Word. So there are a lot of options here if you notice this. You can scroll through and play with some of these. But once again, I think the Wingdings are probably the most commonly sought after images by most people. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.
Hello friends, I'm Mainak from Civil Center and I welcome all of you back to our video tutorial series on Microsoft Word. So friends, in today's video we'll show you how to start working with tables in Microsoft Word. So let's get started. So first of all, for inserting a basic table, we can go to our insert and then we have an option of tables here. Suppose we want 3 numbers of columns and a single row. So this table has been created. I can simply drag this up to whichever position I want and we'll make 3 numbers of columns. Suppose the first column is for serial number and then the second is for description. I'll press tab and then suppose this is for quantity. By pressing the tab button we can just increase the number of rows. Suppose we can give here serial number of 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now if we want to bring all of this text at the center, we can simply select them like this and then go to home, and then we have here center alignment. So all these items have been aligned to the center. This also will just align to the center. As you can see, description text has been aligned at the center. But what if we want to align it at the center of this cell? So we can simply select this and then right click on it and then go to table properties. In the table properties, under the heading cell, we can just do this as center. We can also change the width of the cell if we want. So we'll just click on OK. Now as you can see, the text of description have been come to the center of this cell widthwise. Now there is another way to do this. We can go to our layout and then we have an option here of this alignments. You can see there are various options of this alignment. We can align as per our choice. As you can see here, left, right, we can align the text in various ways. So I want center alignment. As you can see, the text has been aligned along the center. So friends, that's all for today. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel and please comment which type of videos you want to see further on Microsoft Office. Stay tuned to our channel. Bye bye.
Hi and welcome students. Today I'm going to be talking about some features inside of Microsoft Word 2016, specifically how to correct and reorganize your text. Let's go ahead and get started. So right here I see I'm working in a document. This is going to be a memo that's going to be sent out to the Community College Career Center. Alright, now if I want to go to the beginning of my document at any time, I can hold down Control and Home on my keyboard and that'll take me to the beginning of the document. Whenever I do a spell check, it's always good to start at the beginning so I know where I'm at. Then I could go to the Review tab, and if I want to do a spell check and check my spelling and grammar, I go to the Proofing group and I choose this one, ABC, check spelling and grammar, right there. Or you can press the F7 key on your keyboard if you're using a Windows PC. So we click right there, and the first one highlights an entire sentence. That says that I want to consider using concise language right over here and eliminating redundant or unnecessary words. So in this case it has a red dotted line under all of, meaning that if I read this, forward to job interviewers that you will highlight all of your academic, it should just be all your academic. So of is unnecessary, so I click change. Next, it's going to move me down to the next error, which is right here. It says, be willing to go beyond. Well, I spelled 2 wrong. I put 2 O's instead of just 1. So I could go right here, and I could click change. Next, it'll take me to this red wavy line right down here, and it says benefit, but benefit is spelled incorrectly. That's the correct spelling right there, and so I click change. Alright, that's good. So now down here, it says, did you make the dean's list? Well, this is another grammar error. I could tell because the double blue line underneath the word deans. So I could click dean's list. Since dean is a person, it has the apostrophe right there. I click that, and then down here, guidance is spelled incorrectly. I could click change. And then finally, interview is spelled incorrectly. So I could go right there, and I can click change as well. So that brings us to the end of our spelling check. Then it says spelling and grammar check is complete. And I could click OK right there just to complete that right there. Alright, now what I'm going to show you is how to basically look for something, and we're going to use the thesaurus. So the first way is if I want to find a particular piece of text that says treat every job, well, I could see it right here, but let's say I knew I typed that and I didn't know where it was. I could click anywhere in my document, even down here, and I could do Control F, and I could type in treat every job, and then press enter. When I press enter, it'll highlight that right there. That will use my navigation pane on the left. And again, to get that, I held down Control and I pressed F as in find. Now I see treat every job. Okay, so now that I see this paragraph right here, in the second line of the paragraph, I'm going to locate the word donate. Let's see. We go to the second line, and right there's the word donate. If I want to click on the word donate and I want to just highlight that word, I could double click it to highlight the word. So I double click the word donate. And then I can right click the word, and let's say I don't want to use the word donate, I could actually go down here to synonyms, and I could choose from a list of words, or I can even go to thesaurus right here. Alright, so I look at the thesaurus and it says contribute's a good word. If I click contribute, it gives me a bunch of different words that deal with contribute. So right there I see a bunch of different words, and I like any of those. I could change them at any time. So I'm going to close the thesaurus. Let's say I wanted to change it to contribute just from the synonyms area. I right click, I go to synonyms, and I click contribute, and it changes it right there on my page. Alright, so there we go. That looks good. Now I'm going to look at the last line of that paragraph that says fundamentals, this word right here. Let's say I wanted to change this word to basics. I'd right click it, go to synonyms, and basics is right there. And now I click basics. And so that's an easy way that we could change words. I know sometimes when I write paragraphs, I use the same words too many times, and so this is a good way for you to avoid that problem. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to move your text around. So in the paragraph that begins an associate's degree, which is right up here, if I want to select the entire paragraph, I can triple click 1, 2, 3. And so now that I've triple clicked it, I have the entire paragraph selected. Now that's how you select an entire paragraph, but let's say I wanted to select just a sentence, right? Or and I wanted to move the sentence to the end of the paragraph. Well, then I'm just going to do a normal highlight. So let's say I highlight this first sentence and I say, oh, I want this moved to the end of the paragraph. I can now click and drag that highlighted section, and you can see the vertical black bar moving along with me, and I can put it right at the end there and release, and now it'll add it right to the end of the paragraph. So you don't have to copy and paste or cut and paste in order to move paragraphs. You can just do it by highlighting, clicking, and dragging. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is there's some spots that say Career Center, and let's say the Career Center just goes by CC. Well, I could change everything in here to just say CC instead of Career Center. What I would do is I'd go to the Home tab, and I'd go to the Editing group, and I would choose Replace. And then if I go right here to Replace, and I can click right here, Find What? Career Center, and replace with what? CC. Now, before I click OK, I'm going to go right here to More, and I'm going to match case, meaning it's going to match the case of whatever it is. So if it's capital letters, it'll stay capital. If it's lowercase, it'll stay lowercase. I click Replace All, and it says it made one replacement. I click OK, and I click Close. And so there we go. Now I see CC is right up there. So those are some different things in Microsoft Word that you could use. I showed you how to move text, how to use the thesaurus, the synonym finder, find and replace, the navigation pane, and also spelling and grammar check. So that's how you can organize your papers a little bit better. I hope that this tutorial has helped you out. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.